Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Arrow Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. This is episode 11 of my Into the Woods, and we're getting close to the end of the first turn, the 6 a.m. turn. We've got Prentice activating, but we know that this is actually just the second activation of the 3 detachments, because Peabody, the only active brigade commander, only got 1 activation because he failed when we drew the second chit. So we've actually just got these 3 units to do. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can actually see what is going on. So that's the maximum zoom out. It's not great, is it? So we have got Inman's division here. Okay, and they're going to be, as far as we know, pushing towards Barnes and Spain's field in the next 7 a.m. turn. Remember, they've got to get at least a unit into Spain's field by the end of 8 a.m. to stop the Union gaining 5 victory points. So yeah, what to actually do with these 3 units? Because again, from the Union perspective, it's all about delay. So also this terrain to retreat over is not so great. But do we try and recover or fall back? That's a good question. I think we've got to try and fall back. So let's zoom in. Right. Now, when it comes to actually, he's only got 5 movement points. And we're going to fall back. Now, we could do withdrawal movement. However, again, there's UDDs involved with that. So, we want to get to about here. We can't get to here because of the stream. So, yeah. Okay, so we're going to do the middle one first. And we're going to do some facing changes. Wrong way. Okay, so that's free. He then moves, and they move at the leader movement rate because they're such little, which in the woods is 1.5. So yeah, so that's 1. That's free. We're going to spend another movement points, or spend a movement point. Oops, wrong way. So that's 1. Into there, onto the actual path. Farm lane. Is it a farm lane? Yeah, farm lane. So that's still 1. Sorry, it's not. 1 for the facing change. Into there is another 1, so that's 2. 3. No additional for the stream, so that's 3. At which point we can face that way. He's got 6, so that's 3. So let's change his facing slightly. Every hex you get a change. 4. Okay. And then I think changing it 1 more. 5. Boom, that's him done. Okay. Now the tricky one, this top guy. I mean, we could move him. So we've got this withdrawal movement. I keep looking about it, thinking about it. Let's actually work it out. Okay, so we're going to try it. They can go through the rear hexes only. So you can only go there or there. And he's got to do a UDD with a +1 modifier. And I want him to retreat 2 hexes. I want him to go there and then there. or maybe there and there. That stream's going to be a pain. Okay, well, we're trying that. So going from there to there then, all right, it's going to be a UDD with a +1 modifier because of the terrain and a +1 modifier because it's a union check in the first couple of turns. So it's +2. So he needs to roll 6 or a little bit less with a +2. 2 + 2 is 4. He succeeds. So he definitely gets to there. All right, and now he's going to try to go there. And now there is a +1 modifier for the terrain. Now, do you actually take the stream into effect as well? It may not. All right. If any hex the unit enters costs more than 1 movement point, the unit undergoes as it enters each hex, earning a +1 for each movement point in excess of 1 per hex required to enter. +1 per in excess of 1. So a half movement point is in excess of 1. And a +1 DRM for each excess. Didn't say rounded down or up. For each in excess of 1 per hex required to enter. Okay, so he's going to have a +1 for that hex, +1 for his UDD, and +1 for the stream. So it's +3. But that's what he's going to try. 4 + 3 is 7. Now, if it was +2, see, that's where it's a bit tricky. If any hex the unit enters costs more than 1 movement point, it does cost more than 1 movement point, the unit goes a UDD as it enters each hex, earning a +1 DRM for each movement point in excess, of 1, not half movement point. So let's just go through that. It costs 1.5 to enter that. That's 2.5 for that stream. So therefore it's +2. Plus an extra 1 because he's testing it as a unit. So it is +3. 4 + 3 is 7, so that's a fail. So he doesn't move any further. That's as far as he got. Okay, so that's those two. Now this guy, I think he needs to sort of come up. This guy needs to come over a little bit and help. So he's not really doing much over there, is he? So oh, wrong way. That's 3. And these move through the woods as if they're a leader. It's 1.5. 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. And I think that might be worthwhile making a basic change. Okay. And that's the only 3 detachments, and they're done. So let's take away the move. Bring up the kepi. Bring up this. Move Prentice to, where's Prentice? There he is. Okay. Draw in the next chit. Ruggles. Let's do a bit of Ruggles, shall we? Oh. Ruggles is over here. Okay, so it's this the activation. And we need to try and get him up to the Shiloh branch as best as possible. So what's the best one to move at this point? To start with, will probably be Gibson. We're not changing any orders. We're just moving as fast as we can. Okay, so 1.5, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. Yeah. Any more? Gibson can get to there. All right. We've got to do the same sort of planning as we did in the previous episode with Hinderman and his command control. Let's move some of these guns up first. So that's 3, 6. Now they're on a farm lane. That is a farm lane, isn't it? Yeah. So that's 6 to there. And artillery on a farm lane is 1.5, 6, 7.5 to there. I'm actually review. Oh, wait a minute. Whose artillery is his? Uh, okay, wait a minute. This is actually not Gibson's, this is Anderson's artillery. We'll be doing Anderson in a minute. Okay, so where's Gibson's artillery? Doesn't he have any artillery? Yellow. Doesn't look like he does. So whose artillery is this? That deeper red. Oh, that's blimey. That's Claiborne's. Right. Okay. I'm a little bit of a retrofit. That should have been done earlier. So this infantry isn't here. Okay. So to go there is 3, 4.5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Darn it. Right. There's a lot of moving bits. So it looks like Gibson doesn't actually have any artillery. All right. So let's move Gibson up to at least the road there. Anderson's, this is the got to get the brigade. Yeah, it's the second corps, which is Bragg, isn't it? So yeah, who's still back here, who will be moving. Okay, so Gibson gets to there. Now we'll do Anderson's. We've done Anderson's artillery already. So Gibson, we know it's the last activation. I'm not going to put an A3 on him. Right. So Anderson's artillery's moved. 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. He'll follow. Therefore stacks underneath. 1.5. Again, these are actually separate, but 3, 4.5, 6. Okay. So Anderson needs to be sort of there. I might as well delete his A2. Okay. There's both of their advance orders. Clone that. So it's Gibson and Anderson. Right. Jenkins is already done because he's not an attached cavalry as yet. He will be. So we're now doing Pond. Who's going to go adjacent to Anderson? So we've got, right, okay. 2.5. Half of this, 1.5 for the woods, 1 for the stream. 4, 5.5. I'd like to use the word ditto. 1.5, 2.5, 5. 1.5, 2.5. 1.5, 2.5 plus 3. That's 4 plus whatever. There we go. 1.5, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1.5, 3, 4, river 5, 6. That's right. 1.5, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, cool. And Mr. Pond. Okay. Let's move his guns up. 3, 6. Right, so now comes the where does Pond go? I think he needs to be as far mirror command moves along the line. So we need him to be around about this area so we can move Ruggles. Ruggles only got command range of 6. Pond's only got command range of 3. Oh dear. So we need him about effectively we need him right on the bloody unit because it's 2 to go command through the woods. So let's put him there then. His artillery's going to be out of command. Not much we can do about that. It'll just have to catch up when it can. Once it gets to this road, it'll be all right. Or trail. It'll be better anyway. But yeah, it's going to be out of command. Oh well, say la vie. Right, so where to put Ruggles himself? That is a damn fine question. Because that will also be dependent on where we put Mr. Bragg. Well, he can move along the road here. So if we move Ruggles to... So he's got 6. 2, 4, 6. Actually, we stack him with Gibson. 2, 4. Yeah, we don't have to worry about the gully. Okay. Is that an additional? Yeah, I've got one. Right, we can delete that. Okay, so that's Ruggles done. So I think that will bring us to the end of this actual episode. As long as I haven't made a mistake that I need to rectify. Ruggles is his 3 activations. So the actual last one will be Withers, which we'll do in the next video and with the ending of the turn. So until then, let's go back up to me. And none of these errors are game affecting really at the present moment, but I've got to get it a bit more spruced up, especially when we start making contact with the enemy, because then it becomes important. But if you're still with me, it happens, especially as I say, if you haven't got someone saying, you haven't remembered him or you haven't got him, and so on. That is the problem with playing solo. But again, you haven't got someone aiding you, correcting you, nagging you, other than you guys who are watching. And by the time you get to see this, well, this is going to be, I'm going to release these one per day. What is the current day of filming? Well, I mean, we're on the 26th of July. I'm recording this, and all the prior episodes, since about episode 5, so they're all being recorded on the same, same afternoon, evening. So yeah, but I'm releasing them one per day, so it's not overwhelming. I don't want too many videos going up on the channel at the same time. I like at the most to do one, maybe two, if it's a different game. I was going to be doing Battle Hymn. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet, and I'll finish. I want to finish this turn. Okay, and currently we're getting close to midnight. So yeah, thoroughly enjoying it, but yeah, it is close to midnight. Anywho, that's enough waffle from me. I am going to shoot the final video now to finish off the turn. So it'll be Withers division. Here's Withers, isn't it? Yeah, Withers division and the end of turn events. Until then, play games, have fun, buy internet.